All right, let's get you ready for Sunday's NBA Finals Game 2 between the Nuggets and Heat. Of course, Denver up 1-0. Nuggets rolled for most of Game 1 by the two-man game of Jokic and Murray. Each had 25 and 10 assists in a Finals game, joining Magic Johnson and James Worthy from 1987. Spoelstra, how are you going to stop that?
Yeah, I mean, where do you start? I mean, you have two guys that can score 50 in a playoff game. You have one guy that's a triple-double machine that loves to get guys involved. So you go down the list of myriad of things you can do defensively. You have to check off some things that you don't really want to do because of both their ability to score and Jokic's ability to create something kind of off script.
All right, so Murray and Jokic created not only for each other, but the rest of the team as well. They scored or assisted on 87 of the team's points on Thursday, nearly matching the output of the entire Miami Heat. Meanwhile, Aaron Gordon's defense was spectacular in Game 1. Finished as the final defender on Jimmy Butler for 34 plays, the most of any player on the Nuggets. Led by Gordon, Butler was held to only 13 points, his lowest total in any game this postseason. But look for the Heat star to be more aggressive in Game 2. Butler recorded only 3 drives that led directly to an action on Thursday. His second fewest total in any game this season, his lowest output since November per second Spectrum tracking. Jimmy Butler, how do you get it done?
Not much. I just think I got to do a better job of getting the ball, demanding the ball, being more aggressive. That's just that, and that'll change come Game 2. Yes, they do have some really good defenders, but I've seen really good defenders before.
Look, this is what the finals is about. I said it before Game 1. You're not playing ducks. You're not playing, easy competition. You have to find a way to overcome it, even if great players are playing great. And we've proven that we can win and overcome regardless of how the game is going. An ideal situation would be if it's on our terms and we're controlling the tenor of the game. But we've also won games where we haven't been able to do that for the entire game.
Nick Friedell live on the big screen from Denver as the NBA Finals continue tomorrow. Nick, how are the Heat feeling going into Game 2?
Max, they are calm and they are confident. They're down 0-1, but they feel really good about their chances still. Now, Caleb Martin was out with an illness for practice today. The Heat are hopeful he'll be out there for Game 2. But Erik Spoelstra had a message he wanted specifically for Martin and Max Strus, who combined to go 1 for 17 in Game 1. Let it fly. He wants his guys to shoot it with confidence. This is a Heat group that has been so good from the outside throughout the postseason. They feel like Strus and Martin can find their rhythm quickly on Sunday night and get everybody else's confidence up as well. To that point, I asked Jimmy Butler, what do you say to Strus, into Vincent, into Martin and Duncan Robinson, guys who struggled at times in Game 1. And he said, you tell them to keep shooting the ball. He said, if they miss 10 in a row, if they're open on the 11th, I'm going to get it to them, and they're going to make it. And that is absolutely the feeling in that Miami locker room, Max. They believe they are much better than what they showed on Thursday, and they believe they're going to find a way to win Game 2.
I mean, that whole team confidence thing starts with Jimmy Butler after the Game 1. He said he was laughing, he was smiling. They're going to be the first to get to 4 wins. We'll see what type of adjustments they make for Game 2. That's Nick Friedell.
All right, as for the Nuggets, I mean, it's all good in the hood, right? The team that everyone seemingly tried to forget improved to 13-3 this postseason with that Game 1 win and a perfect 9-0 at home. Michael Malone's mission for that opening game was to not let the Heat do what they had done all postseason, win the first game of the series. But for Malone, that seemingly wasn't enough.
Yeah, I don't think we played well in Game 1. I watched that tape, and they were 5 of 16 on wide open threes. As I told our players this morning, the fact that they got 16 wide open threes is problematic. And if you think that Max Strus is going to go 0 for 9 again, or Duncan Robinson is going to go 1 for 5 again, you're wrong. So there were so many the fourth quarter, we gave up 30 points, 60% from the field, 50 from 3, 6 of 12 from the three-point line.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't be complacent with this team. You can't be lackadaisical. You can't sleep on this team. This team has no quit. They will continue to fight through the entirety of the game, and you got to understand that about this team. So you can't take your foot off the gas with these guys.
All right, joined now by the master of the game day kicks, Youngmisuk. What else were the Nuggets talking about in terms of things they can improve upon following that Game 1 win?
Mr. Eves, if you are to believe Michael Malone, who loves to control the narrative here, in Denver's hood, all is not good, okay, after Game 1. Despite building a 24-point lead in Game 1, despite a triple-double from Nikola Jokic in his finals debut and a double-double from Jamal Murray, your Kentucky guy, in his finals debut, Michael Malone did not like what he saw on the tape. He did not like how they played in the fourth quarter defensively, as he said, giving up 60% shooting, 6 for 12 from 3. He didn't like what he saw of the offense getting stagnant against the Miami Heat zone. Listen, this is a familiar narrative that Michael Malone has pulled out. If you recall, in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, the Nuggets built a 21-point lead against the Los Angeles Lakers, allowed the Lakers to climb back within three different times under the last 4 minutes. Afterwards, they said, we got to be better. We were not good in Game 1. I think the Nuggets did pretty good, Mr. Eves. They swept the Lakers, if you recall. So let me pull out Mr. Malone's final message to a team. We haven't done a damn thing. That is his message to them going into Game 2.
That sounds like a coach who's all about the chip. And Game 1, win or not, we still got 3 more to get in this series. Youngmisuk, appreciate the time there from Denver. All right, so after being a 9-point favorite in Game 1, the Nuggets are favored by 8.5 points in Game 2. As for the Heat, they are 3-1 on the money line. Over-under currently set 215.5. The series price has taken quite the turn. Denver now minus 900 to win the series.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.